Hello, welcome to another video. Today I want to thank you very much. This is a 100 subscriber special, so I do really appreciate you subscribing and us reaching this milestone. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I will be making a lot more content for this channel, showing you my different layouts, and this specific video is a layout Unveil. This layout is called Sarum Town. I actually purchased this layout last year from a gentleman there in the UK while I was visiting my parents, and I'll say thank you very much to him for allowing me to do so. I purchased it for the cost price of the parts, and I was following this layout on a web forum for quite some time, and I was very happy to pick it up. Now, the layout itself is comprised of a station on top. It has two platforms, as you can see there. One is for goods and parcels, the other is for passenger and run rounds and freight to come into our freight distribution depot. The layout has the easy shunt magnets there for the magnetic couplings by Dapol. It has a figure of 8 style run round loop. It goes underneath there. There's actually, if I come over here, you can see 3 levels to this layout. 1, 2, and then 3. So it actually has a figure of 8 run round underneath the layout, which I'll come around the back to show you. Just under here, you can see where it runs in. Sort of, if the camera will focus, underneath, you can sort of see it there. And it comes from the top over there and comes back up from underneath under there, and there's some storage roads in there. Now, the layout itself, when I got it, did not have this piece here. I metcalfed that, and a piece of card, I stuck that in. Obviously removable to get to any derailments, and this corner had no scenery on it at all, so I've scattered that, I've painted it, I've added this crossing here, the foot crossing. I've redone the crossing there because it was all ripped up, and overall that's worked out fairly well. I had to ballast this. There was actually a massive gap there underneath the board, you could see right through. So what I've done, I put 1mm card underneath that and blocked that up, and then ballasted into the hole, and that's filled that. So that's been sorted. So here's what I've done to the underside of the layout so far. Not too much. So it did come with this gauge master CDU, and I was finding the way the points are wired up, it's actually not powerful enough to trip all of the points. There's just not enough current that comes from that, so I replaced that. That's actually unplugged up here with one of these. It's the DCC Concepts Cobalt CDU 2+, and that provides enough power to switch all of the points, which are all in series on this layout, to give specific routes. So that's on there. And other things I've done, I've included a new set of DCC wires. It's a blue and black one there are mine, and just attach those to the existing ones through here. It's just so that I have the power coming out the back of the layout there, so I can attach the controller really easy. And what I've done for the attachments, as you can see, there's a plug there. There's that one there for the points on the top. I've made that myself. And that there is what I'm using for the control of the trains. And I will show you some more about the control panel in a moment and why I did it. I also have these, which I've wired on myself. So the bottom of the layout was wired up with these that come with it. and that's a push series there, so you can push that and it'll set all the points in series to that route, and that back to that one. And what I've added is the wiring here, so I can have DCC controller plugged in on the end, and I've added this wiring here for the points on the top. I've used a D-sub cable so I can connect and disconnect the, that's actually in fairly well, the layout from the, that's a horrible cable actually. I have to get a new one for that, but I can disconnect the control board for the top points and that just plugs in. Now what I have here, just single points. And then that one there controls the 2 points together at the end. Nice and simple. And inside you can see the black cable that comes in is the main power, and it has a coloured wire to each of the switches, and then 2 coloured wires back out of the switches to provide the power for different polarities to change the points. It's very, very simple, very effective and very easy to set up at an exhibition. It was meant as a temporary measure, but I've actually kept it. It's worked out quite nice. I might make it prettier one day though. Yes, that's about it. That's the layout itself as it stands. I will just run a couple of trains now and give you a short running session of my Graham Farish Voyager there. And I just want to give you an update on Weston Parkway, this layout here. Good news, my DR5088RC, which is the block detection unit for the end of the layout, which is up here, for this section. So this area has been dead for a little while because that unit had broken. I sent it off to DigiKeys to be repaired. Well, I notified them March 25th. They finally got back to me and sent it out, I think, Thursday last week. So 8 weeks, but in these times it's not too bad. They've sent the unit back to me. Once we get that installed back on again, we'll be able to run trains around, so that'd be great. Another update is the platform building, the station building that I've purchased that will go here, has finally been received by my favourite German model railway shop, Model Barn Lippy are sending me out that. So there'll be a video on that in the future, building that. And the glue's coming for that, which means what goes here is an Audi. It's also a plastic kit that's over there. Just sat in the box. I'll be building that as well on a video, so stay tuned for that as well. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a couple of shots of this one running, as I've got both the HSTs on, and it'll be interesting just to see them go around and see the super elevation in action on the newly completed ballast section here. There we go. I forgot to mention as well, the point here is all installed now. There's a point motor on the bottom of that. I just have to get that linked up to one of the digital units, digital accessory decoders to get that to work. I'm going to have to buy another one of those as I don't have any more outputs available. And I'm going to have to rewire some of the block detection here just so that we have separate blocks again. Other than that, everything's running well, and I'm going to go and just run you a couple of trains. If you've enjoyed the video, please do subscribe. I will be uploading a lot more content in the future, so be ready for that. In this case, thank you very much for watching. Take care.